Hey there everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme and today we are back playing more Starters Order 7. The end of the last video we showed you the auction and I said I was going to bid on all but one horses. I bid on all but one, the other one did not sell. I bought 9 horses. As you can see, 8 are back up on the list. And that's a shame. That's a real shame. The one that made it is Teofilo. And why did they make it? Because that's what they look like. That's what they look like. 70% potential. You know, decent. Like that. For a yearling, I really like that. That fits in with quite a few horses, really. Not bad extra speed, not great. 60, I'm hoping that rises a little bit. Cruising burst, pretty good, however. And full finish application. So, there's a lot to like. We paid, 280 grand for that horse. We spent a lot of money on some of the horses. In fact, apart from Sleepy Blue Ocean, Teofilo was the lowest horse in terms of how much they cost. But, yeah, actually did the best. And Joe Rocco and the little Dutch girl who couldn't win a maiden. God, that's one of our horses there, isn't it? That's one of our horses right there. So back into the sales. And if we need to bid, we will. If we don't, we're just gonna... As soon as our first bid goes in, we skip the current lot. We get the final bid in, and we're losing money. We are losing money, but as soon as I see that text change from no bid, even slightly, we go on to the next one. Ouch. I know that was a cheap horse, but it wasn't that cheap. So yeah, we're going to lose pretty decent amount of money all told. So, let me bring in a calculator for this. So 290, 340, 20, 530, 300, 130, 245, 295. So that's how much money we actually got back on all those horses. It's not much, is it? That's not much. Like, it's 2.25. Okay. So minus 315, minus 565, minus 190, minus 560, minus 300, minus 275, minus 500, minus 310, minus 390. So 1.25 million. Teofilo cost me 1.25 million. Good price, good horse, love it. That's what we do in auction. Buy out the entire thing. Spend 3 to 4 million buying out an entire yearling auction, getting most of that money back and keeping that one good horse. Now, if Teofilo wasn't any good and we could only resell him, let's say we spent $250,000 on him, so we would have been, let's say we sold him for something similar back, then we'd be down $1 million. So we'd lose $1 million without having anything in return. And that sucks. You know, there's 5 or 6 of these yearling auctions, I think, at least 4 every year. Let's say there's 5 that you do that with. You lose $5 million a season before you start. And that's no breeding auctions. It's no 2-year-old auctions. No Friday auctions. None of that. Just the yearling auctions. So we've had a yearling auctions. There's one in June. There's one in August. And there's one in October. We just had one in April. So I'm guessing there'll be one in February as well. Every other month. So that would be the 5 auctions. Then you got your 2-year-olds. You can see we got basically what works out as just over 1 every month, maybe 3 every 2 months, 5 every 3 months, depending. If you do similar with those and you end up paying bigger prices for some of those 2-year-olds, that's when it costs you money. So if you're going to take risks, I would say go in on the year, the year auctions, the yearlings, get those done. And then breeder sales, always check them. There could be a grade 1 winner in there. There could be something in a weekly sale. Like, give it a glance. Don't sort of focus too much. So for me, I'd look at this sale. I'd say grade 3 winners. I'm not sure. But didn't run badly in a grade 1. So Commerce wouldn't be bad. And again, look at this. Grade 1 4th. Grade 1 4th. Grade 1 8th. Grade 2 9. Grade 1 9th and 7th, 5th, 7th. So hit and miss at grade 1. But there's a couple of decent races in there. So, don't know about Greenland. So I don't know how much I'd bid on Greenland, but I think Commerce is worth looking for. So, I'm guessing this will top at about 1.5. Okay, slightly under. And then Commerce will probably go to 1.8, I believe. No, it's going to go 1.9. We're going for the 2 mil almost. So 1.5 and 2 million basically for those. Yeah, if that was at 70% and if that was a full bar of finish application, I might be tempted. A little low on the extra speed, but got good cruising burst, so hit and miss. I'm not sure how much I'd normally bid on that. Again, with sciencing, I'll just do some betting off camera and build up some more money. Or maybe I'll do it on camera if the right race comes up, but yeah, I couldn't remember what I was doing there. We're retiring and selling. And then Commerce, a horse I thought might actually be decent, is decent. That's where you take a risk on the breeding. That would be our highest potential horse. That's up there with Prince Gia. That's up there with Sky Falcon, Waffle, Keen Gale, who's in the breeding barn, Keen Gale. Okay. San Cassiano. Okay. Out of Macbull. That's a decent horse. An Admission. We don't know Admission very well. So Greenland will be sold. Commerce will go into the breeding barn. And then immediately we'll find Commerce and we'll decide what we want to do. So let me check what I've got going on. And I need to bring that down. Insert above, delete from next. We moved Eagle Door out, so he shouldn't be on the racing list. I would normally do that in between seasons, but I'm just going to quickly update them. Add rows below, just so I can scroll up and get my snipping tool in place. Okay. It does move a little slowly and a little funkily when I'm moving it long distances, but still. So this is what we got to play with. So we look here at the potential. And you can see 75% there. All three would be pretty good in terms, pretty good, pretty similar in terms of that. You look at the cruising burst. I mean, Glingamel wins battling, extra speed finish are all the same. So if it was one of my horses, Glingamill's the one we go to. Now, I know this has a lot of stamina. Glingamill had a decent amount of stamina. So again, for distance purposes, could be the best. Could be the best in terms of rating, in terms of the Group 1 wins, so on and so forth. But it's worth knowing what you've got in the barn. So look at this, on the cruising burst there of about 40%, matched up with Glingamill's 50, we'll get a decent bar. Extra speed, 75, and that's about 75. So closest one. Deterioration, very low on Glingamill, only a 35. Full on that. Average that out to about 60, 70. Not too bad. And then the finish application, full on both of them. So, just at a glance, I kind of knew that this was a Glingamilla. The only other thing is, do I want it to be bred to anybody else? Hello, Bud, maybe Illustrious Forest, who's getting on. Talenti, we haven't bred anyone with Talenti yet. 4 offspring haven't raced. We don't know anything about them. 44, she's a trump, has won races apart from that. I mean, there's not much. It's not much, but she's a trump will be in the Kentucky Derby. I'm going to follow that horse. I want to see what they do. Because I like Illustrious Forest. And Hello Bud, we know some of their offspring, of course. Van Gogh's up there. Port Crown. Esmeralda de Moulin. And she's given birth to some horses that we haven't really seen too much of, but could end up being good. Heavenly Echo, of course, one of our horses. Currently doing quite well. This season is the top earner. Careers, pretty high up there. Gotta be honest. And wins, doesn't seem to have sired a horse with more than 5 wins. Heavenly Echo is 3 out of 4 currently, so yeah, we might have the best fall from that horse as well. From Galmati, that's right. Yeah, don't know much about them. Of course, Party Doctor might be a good one as well. But Glingamill, I think that is the best pairing. So Glingamill with Keen Gill and Commerce, Suleimani with Tootling, and I don't know if we're going to be breeding much from Eagledore. I like Eagledore. I do like Eagledore. It needs to be updated. It actually hit 70% potential. High confidence. What's his speed like? Speed's good, yeah. Eagledore. We need to breed from them. And then let me double check. See, Glingamill. Yeah, I like Glingamill a lot. Got great speed. Suleimani's got great speed. Pretty decent. Probably my 3rd best stud. So we do need to get some things going. Right, 3-year-olds. 3-year-olds that can run a mile 1. Or a mile 2. Now that's Mountain Cat. That's Yoru who's out of this. And that's Heavenly Echo. Mountain Cat. Let me look at you, Mountain Cat. Won a maiden. 3rd in allowance race. Moved up and got 3rd in allowance race. Moved up. Got 2nd in allowance race. Won a grade 3. Won a grade 3 by 2 lengths. Okay. But you're not the quickest of horses. You're a mile 2, you don't need to be, but you're not the quickest of horses. Heavenly Echo couldn't win a maiden. Then wins a maiden by 2 lengths. Then wins a Grade 3 in Cranji by 5 lengths. Then wins a Grade 2 in Florida over Prince Gia. He's got good speed. So if you don't know what I'm looking at right now, guys, why I'm looking at a mile 2 is because we're at that time of year. We're at that time of year. We're a few days out. That's why I didn't want to skip through in the end of the last video to mid-May. Because 3-year-olds run the Kentucky Derby. So a mile 1 to a mile 4, that'll catch you the Preakness at just over a mile 1, a mile 2 for the Kentucky Derby, and a mile 4 for the Belmont, which in this is just the whatever, the Brooklyn. So Transvestite, very good horse. Booth Masters run well. Lemon Silk, inconsistent but well. You know, there's not a bad horse in this. I mean, Jazz Up hasn't run well this season. She's a Trump will be in the race. Watercolors hasn't run particularly well. I mean, yeah, it's a decent field. It's not a great field, but it's a decent field. It's going to cost 34 grand plus the entry fee to go in, but we're going in. Mountain Cat, I don't know. Mountain Cat. Oh. I want to say yes. I want to say yes, but I can't. I really can't. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So, yeah. Yeah, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't think Mountain Cat's going to have a good race. I don't think it's going to help us out. We're not going to find anything about the distance or the quality of the horse or anything like that. I just think that'll be bad, and it's ran well so far. 2 wins, a second, 2 thirds. Like, I don't want to torpedo that. Heavenly Echo, I think, has a chance. I don't know. I really don't know. That finish application hurts us, but we got decent cruising burst. We got some extra speed, high confidence, decent potential. I mean, we're not too far off what Peace looked like as a 3-year-old, apart from the finish application. So, I think we got a chance. And so I want to go find out. Yeah, the weekly sales doesn't look to be anything in there. Okay, Glingamil. Disco Downhill for 10,000. Yeah, sure, why not? So that means that Commerce and Disco Downhill are both there. I'm okay with that. Save the game. She's a Trump. And Heavenly Echo. Okay. She's a Trump will be favorite. And there is Transvestite. A decent horse indeed. And Heavenly Echo is up there with them. Oh boy. Oh boy. Jazz Up's also in this one. I know that they can be a good horse. My Hansel, it's won a Grade 1, has some good form. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, I think. What's that? 13, 15. Let's just put some. Let's put some money. Let's get us to the favorite. Let's be favorite for the Derby. And let's go race. Let's go watch this one. Now, I'm always going to watch the Derby if I think we got a chance to win it. I'm almost going to always watch some of those other big races like Queen Anne's Stake, Jockey Club World Cup. You know, some of the big races abroad. So, a couple in Dubai, maybe. Dialmac Tomb series. So let's see. It doesn't look like we broke well, but we never know. We never know. Sometimes it looks bad and we've done okay. Sometimes it looks okay. We've done bad. We're going outside. We're going inside. We're going outside. We're going inside. We're going outside. We're going back inside. We're going to hug the rail. We're going all the way. Crusader, She's a Trump, Heavenly Echo, Watercolors, Tiganello, Transvestite, 4 Richer, Russian, Rave on the inside with My Hansel. Then forward to Spoofmaster, First Breeze, Lemon Silk, Terid El Hawa, and Jazz Up on that inside rail, all behind Gone West. So we go down the back stretch. It's not a particularly fast pace. We're near the rear, but we are on the inside. It looks like the jockey is trying to find a way through. Trying to find a way through. I would have stuck to the inside of the rail and took the bend. And then coming off the bend, I would have found a way through, but I don't know. Terid El Hawa now up on the hindquarters. It looks like Lemon Silk and Jazz Up making a little push towards those front two. There goes First Breeze. My Hansel is there. We're in a good position if we can stick this bend and if we haven't blown the start of this race. We're down to the final 3 furlongs. Everybody now in 2 groups and some of us trying to bridge that group. We're coming round the outside on the turn as we come in now to the home stretch. It's 6 across into second place. Looks like Transvestite's going to make a run from deep. Gone West just holding on there. My Hansel just going to come past now as we come up to the final furlong. Here's where champions are made. The Sprint of Dreams. Who's going to take it? Looks like My Hansel is holding on here as we go to half a furlong and is pushing out and away for the victory. I didn't mean to switch over there. I didn't realize Enter did that. I entered it by accident. But yeah, Heavenly Echo. A length behind the winning horse in the Kentucky Derby. Lemon Silk takes 3rd. I think Transvestite took 4th. Yeah, Transvestite took 4th. Not a bad run. Didn't seem to have that end rush, which is kind of what held it back a little bit. No speed towards the end. We had that tardy start. Does that cost us a length? I think it does. Do we win with a better start? I don't know. Do we win with a better first section of the race? I don't know. With a better start and without going inside, outside all the time at the beginning, I think we win. So, disappointing, but again, we know Heavenly Echo is a good horse. We know they're a good horse. I'm happy with that run. I'm happy with that performance. We didn't get a second Kentucky Derby winner, but that was a fine showing. That was a fine showing, and this is a good quality horse. We've won in Cranji at grade 3, we won then in a grade 2. We're winning, again in the Kentucky Derby. I mean, we were tired. I get that. But, yeah, I feel that was so close. That's almost like a win. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's pretty impressive. So, reflect 5 furlongs. It's an allowance race, but you need a run. That's you in. Who else needs another race? Piranha. 5 furlongs. Absolutely nothing. 5, yeah, okay. Azani, you're still a 5 furlong horse. What am I going to take you in? What have you done? What have you done? You haven't settled. You haven't done anything. It's a novice race. Okay. There's lots of novices. I've not really seen novice races before. I guess you can run that. I think that'll be okay. Yaru, you got injured. You like a mile 2. We got towards the back end. We got a grade 1. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Storm Rider. 6 furlongs. We've got the Preakness. That might be good. I mean, honestly, that might be... That might be a good test. Okay. So try and get a graded race on you, Mountain Cat. A mile 2. Cranji for the Singapore Derby. Manhattan for the grade 1. I don't know about that at all. At all. Oh, do we throw you in that? Yaru won't run it. Heavenly Echo's about to run the Preakness, and that'll be 3 races in like 2 days. In 9 days, maybe 11 days total. So 3 days. There's no way then 2 weeks later we're going to be ready to run. So you're going to be a placeholder in that race, just in case I want to pull that trigger later on. Absolutely nothing for you, Falcon. So I'm going to look here. We got grade 3s. Okay, we got grade 3s at 6 furlong. We'll see if you can step up. Hopefully you can. Heavenly Echo. I'm going to book you in to the Preakness. You like running a little bit further. But hey, that's where you're going to have to run. 7 furlongs for personal touch. It's a grade 2 down there. Prince Gia, you're a mile 2. There's the Manhattan and there's Singapore. What do I want for Magical Peace? Yeah, you've got exactly the same 2. I think I'll throw you in the Manhattan. I'll throw you in Singapore because I don't think you'll win the Manhattan. And I don't think either of you wins in Singapore. So we'll throw Peace at Singapore and hope to win. And we'll give Gia a shot to surprise us in Singapore. Maybe just run a good race. You're out injured. There's nothing over a mile 2 where I like it. There's nothing in this back end at a mile 1. There's a grade 3 at a mile 3. So, I mean, right now, we'll book you as a placeholder. And again, Piranha. I guess you might go to Crunchy. Oh, there's a couple of those I really don't like. So yeah, Piranha and Yaru. Yeah, we're reaching on some of these. We are reaching. But we've got to. To find people races, we have to at this point. Okay, so Waffle will be up next on the 16th. On the 12th is 2-year-olds. And I know we talked about the yearlings and taking the risk there. The reason I wouldn't do it so much here is because of the prices. And I think that's something you kind of need to consider. Yeah, I don't know. Do I go after some of these horses that I like the lineage of? Okay, I'm going to go for rating. So I'm going to go for the good rating ones. Then I'm going to go for the price range I like to buy. And I know the lineage is in that. Ictobus, I mean... Any excitables to take out. So, yeah, you saw the experiment with the 1-year-olds. We ended up basically $1.25 million for a really good-looking yearling. When you factored in all the total purchases and sales. There's one excitable not to do there. I mean, we might as well do Reigning Champion. It's not going to break the bank. It's going to be about 100 grand. Just quickly drive that price up. So I'm just going to bid a bit too much on some of these horses because I know their price is going to be in a certain range from the way the bidding is early. So probably went 40, 50 grand higher on Cypress Hill than I needed to. But the rest have been pretty much on the money, maybe 5 grand, 10 grand more. Maybe a click or two more than I possibly should have. Maybe 5 or 6 clicks more on Cypress Hill. So we're about to get to the big money horse. We just spent 800 grand. This one isn't going to get to 350 without me. So we're just going to put in a few clicks. A couple too many, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to roughly examine the prices anyway. So this is $1.25 million. They're never going to get up there without me. Yeah, they're all tapped out by about 700 grand. But I do want to see all these horses, and I want to show you all these horses. You've got an idea of what these 2-year-old auctions look like and the amount I've paid for each horse. You can go back, pause the video. You can take a screenshot of all the prices of all the horses, their ratings, their reserves, their win ratios, their breeding, if I've looked at that, whether they were laid back or not, their build, etc. And try and figure out for yourselves as well what might be a good horse. And you'll see when I bid too much, take their prices down a little bit as well. So like 690 instead of 750 there, 380 there, etc., etc. So we spent a lot of money. We did spend a lot of money. So let me just bring back this guy. So 412, 347, 126, 377, 822, 432, 577, 699, 268, 751, 113. So there we spent 5 million. I'm going to round it up. I probably overspent by about $250,000. So you're looking between 4.5 to 4.75 million for this class. Let's see exactly what we got for 4.5 to 5 million. So Reigning Champion is a washout. Cypress Hill is too tough a climb. Anti-Rose gives me hay fever. Nakot is so close to being something. So close to being something. 65 potential as a 3-year-old. I wouldn't accept. 65 as a 2-year-old. That's where Reflect is. Does it go past 70, 75 as a 3-year-old? I don't know. But Laid Back, great start. Didn't do too bad in the grade 3. Nakot, we keep. Moonstorm, sorry. That doesn't blow me away. Duty paid again, 65, but missing some other stuff. Another Laid Back, but I think we let that one go. Not worth paying for. Cruising. Bye. He's a grey. It's a lie. It's not a grey at all. He's a bay. Fringe benefits. Ooh, okay. Love the potential. Hate the finish application. Not thrilled by the lack of cruising burst. Fringe is about right on that one. Desert Hunter. Needs shooting. An attachment. Some things I like, some things I don't. But that's an attachment that we're not gonna download. So, yeah. 5 million got us Nakot. And I'd say that's about $1.5 million right there. I'd say that's about $1.5 million. Nothing great, nothing too special. But about $1.5 million. And then fringe benefit, that might be a 2 mil, so that's 3.5 million. So as long as every other sale gets us about $1.5 million back, I don't feel that we've overpaid. So, did none of those sell? Excellent. Okay. Yeah, I just need to remember the ones that I'm selling. No, we're keeping the coat. Storm, duty paid. Cruising by. He's a grey, so fringe benefit was the other one we're keeping. Okay. That's fine. So it's Piranha, Reflect, and then Sandy and Alexander Star and Flame are over there. Okay, that's good. So it'll be, just in case this happens again, it's going to be the 2-year-olds that don't have races. And then yeah, I know those two aren't ones we've had. Okay. Make it nice and easy and skip, and every single one of them sold. So I can then just go ahead, Take those two out to their races, and then we go to the sales. So, yeah, about $1.5 million would work for us. 105, 661, 278, 589, 644, 791, 258, 165, 207. So there we go. Yeah, I probably would have paid $2 million more than we did. So if I overbid a lot, and let's say there were $4 million worth of horses instead of $5 million I spent, and then the two that I was keeping, I'd only spend $1 million and $1.5 million on, so we'd be down $1.5 million anyway with those figures. So yeah, it would still be in the same boat. We'd still be in the same boat. We make money back, which puts us in a good position. Does put us in a good position. The coat and fringe benefit, I would have probably paid $500,000 to $1 million more each for those horses than we did when we look at the whole price. So it's interesting, but fringe benefit was the biggest price and did have the most potential. And that's not always the case, but it did work out that way. And the coat was the fourth highest of the group. So yeah, not a bad mix really. So that's definitely a better 2-year-old auction than I've seen in a while. They're not all like that, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Right, fringe benefit. 5, 6. Okay, so 6 furlong race. Is there anything? I mean, there's that. I don't want to do that. And the coat. What's this? What's this? It's a selling race. That's a grade 3. That's a grade 3. That's a selling race. Okay. I'll book them both in for the end of May and just see what happens. Honestly. Just see what happens. I want to see what they're like. I don't think there'll be too many races for them. So yeah, Heavenly Echo, 21st May, Preakness, good. Right. I just might want to make sure as well that I don't miss that race. And 2-year-old sales are in June, so that's after a bunch of horses. Okay. So Waffle is running a maiden. That should be up first. No, Azani's up first in this novice race. Don't know anything about novice races. Don't know. I know that there's a term for novice races in the UK, and that's a jumps thing. In a jump schedule, you get some novice races to run, which is a good way to build them up. So I'm hoping this is similar. Not a very good field. Yeah, still can't win. Dwelled. Lovely. Absolutely delighted. Not sure it's genuine. Neither am I. Neither am I at this stage. I just don't know, but at least Waffle can win. Okay. Let's get out of that. I don't know, guys. I don't know. 90 speed. 80 fully realized potential. 90 extra speed. 100% finish application. 26, 27 cruising burst. There's so much here. There's so much here that makes me believe that Arzani could and should be an absolute beast of a horse. I'm going grade 3 at 6 furlongs. I want to test the distance. I want to test the distance again. Like, I don't know. Waffle's never going to fill that potential out. I mean, it is what it is. Waffle's done for the year as well. I see Storm Rider. Storm Rider will be the favourite for the Miss Preakness 3 furlongs. Sorry, not grade 3 at 6 furlongs. And then falls down the rankings and ends up 6th. And what happened there? Oh, it goes that way sometimes, doesn't it? It kind of just goes that way. I really thought we'd do better. I really thought we'd do better in that one. Not 100%. Not 100%. Out to grass, I'll figure you out next season. Sky Falcon in the Hirsch Jacobs. And then we got the Preakness for Heavenly Echo. You're falling down the betting as well, but you win. Okay, I was not expecting that. Sam Power Star comes in second. The one we beat by nearly 4 lengths is the horse we sold a few weeks ago. I think in the last video at some point, Sam Power Star we sold. And that's pretty much as good a race as we managed to find and get out of Sam Power Star. So Sky Falcon did really well. Got the win. I like that. I almost skipped the entire day. We don't want to be doing that. We want to be seeing what comes of this. She's a Trump is not favoured here. So we got Transvestite, who is, you know, top 4 finisher. Then we got Homeboy. I don't know why I'm clicking over there for. Who's won grade 1s at this distance. My Hansel, who won the Kentucky Derby and has come 3rd at this distance at grade 1 before. And then it's us. So I can sort of understand that. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I want to win. I want to win. Oh, second place in the Derby. Can we get first in the Preakness? Let's see how we race. And also, she's a Trump. Let's get them to speed up so that they separate around the corner. First Breeze out in front. She's a Trump on the inside with Lemon Silk and Homeboy. Spoof Master, Essex Vale and ourselves with Tiganello on the outside. And Crusader in the mix there with Transvestite, My Hansel and Westhaven in the rear. We're going to clump up towards the front. We're in a pretty good position now coming into the bend. How do we run this bend? We run this bend good because she's a Trump. Moves out of our way. Down to the final 2 furlongs. Doesn't seem like Crusader's doing much. Transvestite's going to try and run through the pack. Apart from that, My Hansel's in decent position. She's a Trump. Looks to be clear and easy at this point. Heavenly Echo up into second place, though. And now pushing for the line, Tiganello. Just getting up. Just getting up. Oh. Like, I thought they were going to hold on to it on the inside. And then when they faded badly and we were pushing up, I was just wondering, now those two are so close to each other, I wonder if that's where the steward's inquiry is going to be. So Tiganello will pick up the win. Short head from Heavenly Echo. Short head again to West Haven. I feel that was our race. Again, I feel like that was our race, guys. We should have had the Derby, maybe. We should have had the Preakness, maybe. But we finished second in both. I mean, they were good runs. They weren't great runs. We know that. But I mean, second place in both races is really... You know, when there's arguments being made that there were factors there which, you know, on another day could have certainly gone more our way, and we could be, you know, 2 Grade 1 wins in the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness right now on Heavenly Echo. That's what's slightly difficult to take. If it had been like a 3rd and a 4th place, I'd be like, yeah, we ran really well. We're not quite to that quality. But it feels like we're that quality without the results. And that's to finish second and to know that with cleaner races in the Derby, and then to be short-headed out on the line at the Preakness. Oh, it's crushing, but fantastic running by Heavenly Echo. But the game's not going to reward us. The rating's not going to go up. We're not going to get the graded wins. We're not going to get the money. We're not going to get anything to reward that phenomenal performance. And we can't run a mile 4. We just can't run a mile 4. But I mean, that's where people are going. That's where they're going. Whether they've won or not, I mean, Tiganello's going there to try and win 2 out of 3 legs. My Hansel's going there to try and win 2 out of 3 legs. So, wins the Derby, 6 in the Preakness, and Tiganello wins the Preakness and 6 in the Derby. So, we're second and second. We are second and second. So, aggregate, we're the best horse right now in that field. We just can't run a mile 4. We just can't do it. But I want to see if we can win a leg of the Triple Crown with that horse. I want to see if we can get something going. Can we finish second again? Can we just be that Neely horse? Yeah, I don't know. I think that's way too far. I might regret that one. Oh yeah, you just turned green. I don't think you're ready. Okay. A mile. A sailing race. 7 furlongs, sailing races. Wait. Yeah, no, that's not who I... No, I thought that was Yaru, to be honest. You who come back from injury. You're fit and ready to race. You're not ready to race. But you're going to. And you're going to get wrecked. So 7 furlongs for the coat. That is worth learning about. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You want a maiden, you want a competitive grade 3, and you might have won. Well, no, you might have run a better grade 3 over 7 furlongs. How far back were you? 5, so you'd have been around 2. You might have had a chance at a top 3 at grade 3. So I just need you to make that jump. I need you to make that jump. Let me send Nakot out to grass. And then it's Fringe Benefit running today. And I didn't like Mountain Cats, did I? I didn't like your Rose Race, and I didn't like Mountain Cats. So let's go find out why. Nothing in those sales. Okay, Gia, you're off to a grade 1. Mountain Cat, you're off to a grade 1. Yeah, that's why I didn't like that one. What am I doing sending you all off to foreign shores when we know they don't do well for us? It's because I want to test Mountain Cat and there was nothing else. I really want to push Prince Gia because he should be a phenomenal horse. And he just isn't yet. Should be my best horse, but he isn't. Maybe a better way of saying it. And the 2-year-olds have got nothing to lose. I think that's probably why I'm sending you guys. I mean, it's not a great field. That is not a great field. Decision by 1 is the best horse in that field. Oh, it's more tempting now. And my other options would be none. Okay. 4 races in Singapore. Let's head to Kranji. Mountain Cat will be the first one up. Of course it would be. Of course it would be. So, decision by 1 is the favorite. Mountain Cat is in second place. Mile 2, grade 1. We're going to go a little bit longer in this video because I want to see these races, although they will be sped up on tab until the final furlong and a half. So not much in the way of commentary in this one. But we're out to the front and we'll hug that rain. Tyrone House back for Tia Lexus. Decision by 1 on the rear of the field with Hamble Commander VJ. Up to Bears Affair and Arksham, then Knockboy, Hudibras and Stolen Light. With Mountain Cat out in the lead as we approach this long turn from the back stretch. And we'll see where is decision by 1. There they are coming up now into 4th. Into 3rd, into 2nd. Into 1st. And they were the class horse in this field, as I expected them to be. But Mountain Cat was right there. Less than a length, just about half a length. I think it's harsh calling it 3/4. But yeah, not a great field. Did we improve? We did improve our rating. Second place in a grade 1 in Singapore. Interesting. Interesting start to the day. Prince Gia's up next. Okay. Unfancied Prince Gia. Yeah, Mountain Cat did better than expected. Not a bad run at all. Something similar from Gia would be nice. A win, of course, would be fantastic. That looks like a tardy start right out of the gate there, guys. Or not so much right out of the gate. Prince Gia. Okay, so Force of Nature and Elusive Fame at the front with Kitley Hassel up there as well. Then Prince Gia with Moon Cactus and Barden Lady back inside to the Wee Chief. And then Rosaro and Mrs. Blobby, 2 dangerous closers. at the rear of the field. We're going to make our way up, but we get blocked off by Kitley Hassel. That's going to hurt us. The tardy start's going to hurt us. So much going to hurt us. We go down onto the back, onto the home straight. Final 2 furlongs. Furlong and a half, yeah. Kitley Hassel comes through on the rear of Force of Nature, really pushing up, then kicks on across the line. Blocked us off to get the win. Prince Gio finished way down in the field. Didn't get a good start. Got blocked off. And then just didn't have the pace to chase them down. Not great runs by Mrs. Blobio Rosario, who we know can win these kind of races quite comfortably. But yeah, that's kind of what I expected Mountain Cat to do. And Mountain Cat did what I hoped Prince Gia was going to do. And then I've booked these two in the same race. Lovely. Lovely. Yeah. Whenever I book them in the same race, it's like first and second. Or more often than not, it's first and second. So Piranha will pick up the win. And Fringe Benefit, like 6 3/4 or 6.5 lengths back, will pick up second place. I mean, that tells me absolutely nothing about Fringe Benefit. Tells me something about Piranha. That's for sure. But I don't know what it tells me about my new horse. But yeah, Piranha, look at that. 3 wins out of 3. Okay. I mean, I'm happy enough to say that you need to get back out to grass at that point. And there we go. Pretty successful. I'm happy with how all that kind of went. Right now, Magical Peace started off the season badly, but improved. Prince Gia got the nearly exact opposite. Yaru, injury aside, had decent races, but is just lacking something, so I'm not sure whether to put them out in the field and try again next year, or whether to just be done. Maybe put in the breeding barn instead. So, yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting one. We'll see how they run in that race. Again, the distance is wrong. I'm not too sure on that, but Mountain Cat ran well. You know, Sky Falcon, nice grade 3 win. Mountain Cat got a nice grade 3 win. We're in good position. Heavenly Echo, so close to getting grade 1s. I mean, yeah, all in all, what we've got left here is a really, really good set of horses with 8 that can win graded races, I think. 8 out of those 10. In the field, we got some good horses I'm trying to figure out, plus Piranha, who's just been fantastic so far. And then the yearlings and the breeding barn, interesting. We'll see how they go. In the end, Space Telescope ended up winning a bunch of races. This is the 2-year-old version with 206, I believe, in my other game, before I accidentally retired them from the game, rather than to the breeding barn, because I'm an idiot. Space Telescope ended up with 9 Group 1 wins. So that is the total to beat. And a total, I think, of 21 group wins in total. So that's what we're chasing down. But yeah. Where's... Oh my god, if you look on this list, we don't even have a... Like, Tootling's not on that list. Are you kidding me? Can't even do it this season. It'll have to be next season. Tootling would be a 7-year-old, I won't be able to bring Tootling into some other game apart from breeding, because for some reason didn't make the transfer list. Ouch. Yeah, okay, so some big successes, some big failures on my part and on their part, but overall a successful season. 18 winners in 51 games. That's a pretty decent ratio there. We've earned, what is that, 5 million this season? Like, absolutely mind-blowing amount of money we've earned. And we've now upped our total to 19 million career wins, prize money. Magical Pieces holding their end of that, to be fair. The big money win in Dubai, the Kentucky Derby, the Travers, the Hong Kong Cup. That's where a lot of that money came from. So, yeah, Glingamil, good runner. Tootling, Suleimani, good runners. Peace, big money earner, and will be going in the breeding ban at some point. But I want to see, as a 5-year-old, does that potential go up even further? Is there anything else? I think that deterioration probably means it won't run well as a 5-year-old. I think that's a big question mark to be answered. But so far, so good. I'm really happy with how the game's going. So thanks very much, guys, for watching. I've been Chris Orme with Starters Orders here back at Rascals Ranch. We're doing well. We're having fun. But it could have also nearly been so much better. What could have been, guys? What could have been? We'll find out. Can we win the 3rd race? I don't know. Till then, take care of yourselves. We'll see you back here for Heavenly Echo of Brooklyn amongst another few races.